the way from Guyana. Put your hands together for Ken Crosby. Give him a round of applause, man. Trini Massive, big him up, man. Large and in charge. He, first time in New York City and he coming to tell all you what it's all about. What is straw hat?
Oh, me said. Daylight come and me want to go home. I come here 3.5 years ago to live. And whenever they ask me anything, I just tell them, you see my straw hat? Watch it good. I'm a full-blooded West Indian stereotype. You see me hot shirt and my dark glasses? Eh? And they just ask me, I say, can you do the limbo? I just say, how you know? How you know? You sure you don't want me to sing a calypso too? Because that is my thing. Then they say, hey, we think you're carefree, happy-go-lucky people. I say, yeah, that's me, dressing fancy, chasing woman. And if you think I lie, mister, bring your sister. I'm a full-blooded West Indian stereotype. You opine that I have rhythm in my blood. Look, man, beat the drum and don't forget to pour the rum, because as a full-blooded West Indian stereotype, that's what I just tell them. You see, I come here 3.5 years ago. But the first time I come to visit America, let me get rid of my stereotype. The first time I come to America was about 34 years ago. I come for a 6-week thing that Americans bring me down to look at theater, to see if I could use some theater techniques in Guyana. Well, the American lights like this in Guyana is 50-watt house bulb. But when I land, you have to understand, it wasn't JFK. What was it at the time? Idlewild. I land in Idlewild. Well, you know, I come for 6 weeks. So, you know, West Indians, I got a lot of luggage. I bring things for everybody. You know, in the Caribbean, a man just say, look, man, carry to my family a 2-pound cake. Well, I say, okay. I didn't know a 2-pound cake was 2 pounds of flour, 2 pounds of nuts, 2 pounds of raisins, 2 pounds of icing. It turned 14 pounds of cake I had to carry. And he bring it in a plastic bag with icing. I land at Idlewild with me 2 bags, each weigh about 60 pounds. And I go through customs and immigration. I had the right papers from the State Department here. And I reach customs and I go through and I pick up my bags. And a red cap come and say how he want to carry my bags. Well, I is a true-blooded West Indian stereotype. I is a big, virile man. I ain't having nobody carrying my bags. So I lift them up. My shoulder tearing off. And but I'm playing cool, you know. And I walk in and I reach some glass doors to come out the airport. But I said to myself, if I could do something, brace the doors and push them open, I could pass through. And I come boy, and when I reach about 6 inches, the automatic door does a hang. The first time in my life, bang, bang, bang. Fuck. Shit. I get up. I see a fella looking like John Wayne standing just outside, watching me and smiling with a Mona Lisa smile. Watch he. He's saying to himself, number 39 Arab just fall through this door. Me, I playing cool. I just do so. These damn Americans and the chewing gum. I get outside. I was told by the State Department to get a taxi to take me to Jamaica Station, where a lot of us from various countries are going to meet, and they're going to pick us up from Jamaica Station. So, I walk in and I see a taxi. Open the door, I step in. It's a black chap. Well, I never see, in all the films I watch in Hollywood films in Guyana, up to 1964, I never see a black chap riding a taxi. So I said, this must be the Jackie Robinson of taxi drivers in America. I say, I put on my best English. You know the West Indians. English education, right? I said, excuse me, can you take me to Jamaica Station, please? He said, Jamaica Station, I do not know where that is. It's an African. A true, full stereotype African. I do not know where it is, Jamaica. I said, but I was told that every taxi driver at the airport knows where Jamaica Station is. He said, no, I'm sorry, sir, but if I can try to find it for you. Well, I get vexed. I lost my English. I said, look, I live in here for the last 10 years, you see? And I know all the taxi drivers all around the place with the meter running up, as if you don't know where you're going. Take me to Jamaica Station. You must know where it is, man. Well, I'm like, where you getting now with? Hey, my boy, are you from Bangladesh? I said, oh, goodness gracious me, how did you know that, man? Hey, it is my accent, right? I said, tell you what, give me your registration number and your name, please. He said, oh, Jamaica Station, yes, why did you say so? It's right around the corner, I know where it is. Okay, they pick us up. They carried us into Manhattan. Now it's the first time a boy traveling out to the Caribbean, landing in Manhattan. And when they drive me in, and I jump out the car, they drop us at the hotel. When I jump out the car, I do what every West Indian has ever done when he first hit Manhattan, do so. Oh, shit. Jesus. You know? They take us to the hotel, we register and thing. The man said, you have room 932, sir. Could you go up to it and we'll send your bags up? Well, I was a true-blood, full-blooded West Indian stereotype. I haven't leaving my bags there. I know in the Caribbean, if you left the bag, it's gone. I come from Guyana, I know that. You know what I mean? Do you think it's a joke? So I decide, I'm carrying my bags. Room 932. Well, I come from Guyana. I never hear about no 932 in a hotel yet. So I say, but I ain't letting them know that. My shoulders go. I pass room 122, 123. I take a turn, sir, around a corridor, 129. I say, shit, I have 800 more rooms to find in the ass. I didn't know what to do more. At last I butt up at a wall and I see some steps. And I reach the second floor and I see room 211, 212, 213, 700 more rooms. And then I figure it out. I mean, as a West Indian smart and thing. It's floors, 1, 2, 9 is 9 floor, right? So I try out a little elevator and I've gone up. And I reach in my room, boy, and I feel safe. And I lay down on my bed, so perhaps, and I look up, and I see a television set. Well, I never see a television set in my life. Real. I said, Jesus. I look around now to see if anybody, I don't want to make a fool of myself again. So I let go, and I stand up, and I watch all around to see how the heck. I see on, off. I do so, boop, on. I hear music. Jazz music, and I lay down on my bed and I see like still white things going up and down, colored things going up and down, up and down. I said, this must be like, you know, abstract art, music and lights and things going up and down. So like it's Walt Disney, because long ago I had seen a film called Fantasia. Some of you may have seen it, by Walt Disney with abstract music and art and things. I said, God, nice. 3 minutes later, the music changed and the balls or colors things still going up and down, the music, and I realized what happened. I'm watching snow. You know, I'm watching, what you call it, you know, it is nothing snow. You know, and I know it was wrong because the song that come up says, what kind of fool am I? I say, I look wrong, boy. I feel like an ass. Next morning, I go downstairs. I start looking for breakfast. And I see a room this size with about 300 people picking up things and picking up food. and put in the tray. I say, boy, I never see that. I don't want to make a fool of myself. I don't know what to do with this thing. So I say, I'm playing cool. I walk around and I see a big instrument. In them days, it was very big. I see a thing like coffee, tea, cocoa. I say, I'm dealing with that. I take on my quart and I drive in and I press coffee. And I decide if it have milk and coffee and milk. Bap. I see a plastic cup, do some brrrr, I pick it up. I see some brown stuff, I put back the coffee cup. I put it back up, I see water comes up, then I see milk comes up. I end up with an inch of shit at the bottom of this coffee cup. But when I look back, I see John Wayne standing behind me with a Mona Lisa smile when he face watching me, so shaking his head. Hear me. Just how I like it. Oh, this guy doesn't. You think it's easy? You got to be careful. My wife had worked in Manhattan for several years at university and all kind of things. So she was streetwise. She tell me, don't take chances in America. We drive in, I live in Long Island, Port Jefferson. Any know where Port Jefferson is? I know Brooklyn people and Queens don't go to Long Island at all. It's another country. You have to get visa. Upper class there, boy. We driving into Manhattan or Brooklyn or Queens. My wife does drive. I ain't driving in here at all. When she go over the border from Nassau County into Queens, by the time she passed the border, she said, lock the doors. So I see a nice building. I say, what's that building? She said, don't point, don't point. I said, why? She said, somebody can think you're giving them the finger and they can come out and shoot you. When we reach Manhattan and I'm walking down the road and I'm looking around, so she said, don't look wrong as if you don't know what you're doing. Don't look wrong. I'm pulling out a map. She said, don't take the map out. No, no, don't. Not in front of people, no. Don't ask nobody, no questions. Manhattan sharp. So, you know, we in Manhattan, and you know how art is, the art capital of the world. So a friend of mine invited us to go and see art galleries. You ever been to any art galleries in America? We go to the art galleries about 10, 15. We see the same photograph around a big room like this 100 times. That's art. We see 6 women made out of plastic casts with no hands and blood coming down their face. Art. We see a house cock up on one side. They say there's art. I have a friend of mine in Barbados. He's an artist. He tell me he don't go to art exhibitions because it has damaged his eye. He's got eye damage. Well, in this exhibition, at a place called Whitney Museum of Contemporary Art, we see a Jamaican, I know he's a Jamaican, I can tell you why. All the guards come from the third world. You could see. The clothes didn't fit in them quite right. They don't look as if they're interested in the art at all. You couldn't pay them to put a piece of that art in the house. So as we go in, one of the guards signed up there. He turned to me, he said, he took out a squeezer, he squeezed something in his eye. He said, sugar mashing up my eye, boy. Not sugar, you know. Eye damage. But you know, New York is a really great place. Not matter what happened. I could always go anywhere around and get some roti, buy a Sparrow record. I even could buy a Lata Mangeshkar. I bet you none of you know what Lata Mangeshkar is. Who? Indian singer. Sahani Rat. I could buy it. La 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 la. All of that. So I love New York in June. How about you? But I like a sparrow tune. Just how about you? I like Port Jefferson, and I like Penn Station too. I like the Long Island Railroad with its ever-changing view. How about you? Hot dogs, roti and peas and rice. Can't get my fill. And the subways, buskers give me a thrill. Being with you here today, walking down Broadway, may not be new to you, but I like it, so how about you? Ba-ba-la-la-la. All right. So, I want to do last thing. Hold on. This is, you know, in America, everybody getting fit, keeping fit, right? Everybody keeping fit. Well, I keeping fit too. But when I was in Guyana 100 years ago, I used to go on the seawall. All you ever hear about the seawall? And exercise. I can show you what happened to me once with this exercise business. Watch this very carefully. I was on the seawall one morning, exercising, all by myself, 5 o'clock, me alone on the whole seawall in Guyana. And there I am. Don't laugh here. So I exercising, right? And suddenly I hear a voice, a fellow on a bicycle passing. Here he, Ken CROSBY, you could done now. The girl gone home. And since that time, I cannot do the thing without remembering this fella. I don't know about you, but I gone, yeah? All you walk good because I gone home. Thank you.
Give him another round of applause. You must tell him, in this century, no West Indian ain't coming from the island with no damn straw hat. We ain't lucky with that. We never did, and we never will. Come across here and doing push-ups, falling aristocrat and suing everybody inside there. He brave it up. Get a chair, go on there and doing push-up. Next thing the man fall and sue everybody. His money they're looking for him. Thank God they're just passing through.